Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to properly hook up your truck to one of our booms that we rent out. Our boom is a protote Model 8 boom, one of the easiest to use in the industry. So let's go ahead and begin the process. Alright, we're going to show you now how to properly hook up the power cord. The power cord is an easy slip plug that you plug in, real simple, and you make sure it snaps. You hear it snap. Alright, now the other side of the cord, it's just like battery cables when you jump a vehicle off. You make sure the positive with the positive and the negative with the negative, and that's how the boom is powered. So then what you do is you come over here and you've got your power switch here. Alright, the power switch controls the boom, and now the boom is powered. Now once you've got power of the boom, you lift it, you pull the bar out, you set it up there, and then you lower the boom as low as it will go. Just like that. Alright, it's important once you back up the truck that you're towing that the top of the tow bar hits the bottom of the frame right here. See that? You don't want it lower, you don't want it higher either. You want it right flush to here, okay? If you look on both sides, they're flush, okay? And that's how close you want it. This is how close you want the truck. You want it right up against there, just like that. Our kit includes all the chains you're going to need to be able to tow your truck. The chains include 4 chains. 2 heavy-duty truck chains, which is going to be what you're going to be using to tow your actually truck with, and these smaller chains that are going to chain up the tandem axle. Alright, so we're going to show you exactly how to hook up these chains. That's going to make it the most easiest, simplest way for you. Alright, if you'll notice, the tandem chain, which is the smaller one, has 2 sides. One's got a hook on it, one doesn't. Alright, what you want to do is you want to put the side without the hook in between the slack adjuster and the axle. Alright, this is your slack adjuster, this is your axle, this is your spring, okay, the suspension spring, and you want to put it right through here, okay? Put it right through there and just feed it through. And this piece, just go ahead and hook it on the frame. Alright, then what you do, you bring the chain up around the axle. See how we're hugging the axle here, okay? And then you bring it in to the frame, right through here like this. And you bring it up. And then you grab the hook and you hook the chain just like this, okay? You do not hook it like this. That's wrong. The way you hook it is you slide it in just like that. And it doesn't have to be super tight, because all this is going to hold the axle close to the frame when you go ahead and lift the truck up. Alright, now let's go ahead and do the other side. Alright, now we're going to do the other side the exact same way. You feed it in between the slack adjuster and your axle. You feed it all the way through, and then hook onto your frame there, and you reach down and you grab the chain and you feed the chain in between your shock and then the frame support there. You bring it around this way, see that? You bring it on that way, then you unhook it, and once again, not like this, like this, and you hook it. Like I said, it does not have to be super tight, because this is just holding the axle up to the frame when we lift the truck up. And that is how you hook up your front tandem to the frame from both sides. Alright, now we're going to hook up the chain that's actually going to tow the truck. It's this heavier one that I showed you earlier. The same as the other chain, you've got the hook on one side and you don't have a hook on the other side. This chain feeds through exactly like the front axle. You feed it in between the slack adjuster and the axle. Alright, right in between that hole right there. Okay? Now be careful with this. This is your ABS cable. You do not want to pinch that. You fit it all the way through, and then this hook you lay on the axle just like that. Okay? Just like that. You grab the chain, you bring it up, and then you feed this through, and then you hook the chain just like that. Okay? You got that? Just like that. Now this side, you grab it, and you just don't do it really tight right now because it's not necessary. You hold it right there just like that. Okay? It's going to slide in there, so that's why you don't have to do it loose. You just hold it with your hand here, put it kind of tight, not real tight, and then just let it go. And now we're going to go ahead and do the other side the exact same way. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do this side now, exact same way, through the slack, between the slack adjuster and the axle, always watching out for the ABS cable. I'm going to send the hook down on the axle. Grab the chain. Hook it on there just like that. Bring it this way. And then just hook it right here just like that. Okay? Alright, the boom comes with actually an L bracket here, okay, which comes along the side of the boom here. It comes with a pin. You pull the pin, set the pin on the side so you won't forget to put it back on there. You take the L bracket off, and you put the pin back on there so you won't lose it. The L bracket has two sides to it, okay? The side with the little nipples on them on both sides. Those are the sides that you want down against the truck. Alright, so what you do is you slide the bracket through the chain, grab it, have the other person on the other side, slide it through. Okay. You might, don't drop it. You gotta put the chain underneath there. You might have to undo the chain.
You got the bracket?
Nope, I do not have the bracket, no. Okay, I got the bracket. Okay. Put it loose. If you gotta loosen the chain, to get this L bracket and loosen the chain, okay? Now you pull it up. You get that? Okay? So now, this is where you gotta get it nice and tight now, okay? Because you gotta make sure there's not a lot of slack on there, okay? So then, now that it's on there, okay, you go up with the boom, you lift it up till it starts grabbing. You make sure it's on the inside of that nipple, okay? How's your side there, Caleb?
Good.
Alright, we start lifting the truck, okay? Once the truck starts going up, you stop for a moment and then you check everything. Okay, so what you want to check for is number one, this hook here. Make sure it's nice and snug, it's nice and tight, it's here on the axle, alright? Then you want to check these here. Make sure it did hook up right. Make sure it's not pinching up against anything. Alright? You do the same thing for both sides. Now once you see that everything is good, you see that everything's tight, the L bracket's snug, it's inside the nipples, you go ahead and go up with the truck. you'll notice it's got different adjustment holes for different types of trucks. So what you want to do is you want to lift it to the most comfortable height that you want. How can you tell what height is safe and what height is right? Is with this front tandem axle. If you notice this tandem axle, it's almost about 8-9 inches off the ground. It should be like 10 to 12 inches off the ground, like a foot off the ground, because when you're riding, it's going to bounce up and down. You don't want to wear out the tires by it hitting the ground every time that you go over a bump. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to lift the truck to the final hole. Then I'm going to put the bar through. Then I'm going to lower the boom onto the bar. All right, now here's the the most important thing of you renting the boom from Jax Truck Center. This is a two-way cylinder, which means you have pressure going up and you have pressure going down. So it is possible for you to lower the boom onto the bar and you think it's okay, but it's actually putting a lot of pressure on the cylinder. Now the cylinder, if it rides with a lot of pressure, will bust the seals inside, causing a $500 repack damage, which is why we charge the deposit that we do charge. Okay, so how can you tell whether whether the cylinder is safe? You play with the up and down button, okay, until it's loose. Okay, so you come around here, you play with it. See that? See how loose that is? That clearly tells you that all the weight is on this bar. So now you're safe. There's no pressure on the cylinder. You're safe because you know the bar is tight on the bar. And then you back up a ways and you look at your truck and you see that you got your 12-inch clearance. All your chains are tight. You've got the chains through the nipples here. On the other side as well. And your truck. Okay, hold on. Alright, ready? Now your truck is ready to tow. One final thing in the entire process is how to secure the steering wheel from it moving. What you want to do is you want to make sure the seat is up, okay? And then you take off all the slack off the seat belt. Make sure you got it all off. Then what you do is you tie it a couple times. Okay, hold it tight. One more time I'll do it. Then you clip it on there. And then you let the air out of the seat all the way down. And that assures that the wheel is tight and it's not going to move. Well, I hope this video was very helpful to you. We thank you so much for renting from us. We're here to support you. If you still have any questions, you will have my cell phone that I can be on Google Duo or FaceTime to support you in everything you want. We're here, truckers helping truckers.